Hi everyone, welcome to my live. Today I was gonna show the new pattern that I'm testing by Nessa Nuts. Right now I'm still working on my huge giant blanket. I didn't get to finish it yesterday. Instead, I was too caught up in the other pattern. I put all her links in the description if you want to see. So she's Nessa Nuts on Instagram, and she's on a bunch of websites as well. She has Etsy, Ravelry, and all the. I'm not sure about Ravelry, but I know she has Etsy, Ribbler, all the things. I'm gonna show you real quick what it looks like, but I'm not gonna be working on it immediately. I'm gonna do other things. I'm gonna work on my blanket a bit before, but here's what it's like at the moment. As you can see, uh, quite cool. And right now I have 80 rows of green to do after I get back to this section right here with the huge spills. So this is what it's looking like so far. And in the back we got floats. So this isn't really like very um, concealed or anything. It's just like this. So yeah, we're not bothering covering all the threads with that one. Not that it matters anyway. I still like how this looks even with the floats in the back. I might I might get some backing if I decide to sell this, but for the time being I'm thinking this is gonna stay like it is right now, so not really you know, not really a big deal for me anyway. I don't really wear scarves that much. I have a big one, a big triangular scarf that I made from an OB pattern. I don't remember what it is, but it's just a very thick scarf. I made it with loops and thread charisma, and it's like really huge. And so yeah, I don't really wear scarves, but I just really wanted to do this because it's so cool. Uh, so yeah, I'm not gonna be working on this right now. Probably a little bit later in the live. I'm just gonna finish up the border of this right now. Welcome in, everyone. Hi, um, hi, Leather. Hi, Amanda. Welcome, Diane. You're from Michigan. Yeah, it's chilly here as well. I'm in Canada. I live in Montreal, and there's snow everywhere. And welcome in, ABD, as well. I forgot to say. For some reason, I thought you were going to be working on the bag. What bag are you talking about? I'm not sure which bag you're talking about there. Um, The blood drip bag. No. The blood drip is a scarf. It's a scarf right now. It's a new pattern that isn't published yet, so I'm testing that for Vanessa. So yeah, we're a bunch of people testing it, and we're all in a group chat. And so yeah. So how is everyone doing today? Are you working on any projects? Doing anything interesting? Or just working and super busy like Amanda, which she mentioned she might not be able to chat. But thanks for the view anyway. That's always appreciated. I saw Leather, I saw your deer on the Discord channel. Those are so adorable. They seem so sweet as well. Where I live, deer are very fearful of humans. So, well, those I've encountered were wild ones, so of course they were fearful. I'm not working on micro right now. You're working on a holder from your micro crochet hooks. That's awesome. I have a bunch of very small hooks as well, but they were cheap off of Amazon. They look a little bit like yours actually, but they're all red instead of having colors. And they're not from Tulip, they're just a random Amazon thing. But I have quite small ones as well. They're not the best quality to be honest with you. I'm always afraid that they're gonna snap, but they were cheap and I was poor, so not that I really work on small things anyway. The smallest I've done was a doily that uses five size 5 crochet thread, and so yeah, which is small enough for me because my yeah I'm not the best with that stuff, and I get hand cramps and problems with carpal tunnel when I work with very small thread, which is weird because I don't even get cramps in my holding hand, which most people report having because they struggle with holding very small threads. But I don't have that problem because I learned how to hold threads when I was making friendship bracelets because you're always manipulating very small very thin threads. So at one point, you get used to gripping them very firmly and tying your knots really tight. So I guess I don't have that problem, but the crochet hand, like the hand you hold the hook with struggles quite a bit. So I think it's because I tend to grip my hooks quite high and to have a death grip on the metal part really, so because of that, that's what happens. So we've had a crap ton of heavy wet snow. Yeah, yesterday it was snowing like crazy. It was a little storm, and right now it seems kind of wet outside. It's melting a little bit. You're working on a cowl from Bagode. That's awesome. Which one is it? You're okay. They're fearful of humans. They live at the back of your town. That's cool. They hang out in your backyard. Oh, you're feeding them. That's why they hang out around you. That's cool. Yeah, it's gigantic compared to regular thread. You hold it the same way as your yarn. Yeah, yeah. But what I was saying is that when I worked on friendship bracelets, I learned to grip thread really tight without it hurting my hands, which a lot of people are reporting is happening because they're used to just having the big, huge thread flowing over their fingers. But when you work with smaller thread, you can't really do that. You have to like put a certain tension to it. So because it's smaller, so you can't really just hold your hand out like this. Well, I can't anyway. I don't know how it works for people, but I can't. I have to hold it between my fingers because otherwise it just falls off. But what I'm saying is like a lot of people are reporting that they're struggling with that. A lot of people dislike working with DK or smaller yarn because of this reason. So yeah, And a lot of people report having difficulty working with um, anything bigger than worsted as well, because it's quite bulky and like it requires a little bit more strength to maneuver. So for me, it's anything stiffer, like ribbon. Like I made the whole basket out of ribbon, and I have a pattern I wrote for ribbon, but I never finished it. It was supposed to be a coffin purse, but I never finished it because, goodness, it hurt my hands so bad. Just working on it 5 seconds was excruciating. So right now it's just hanging out in one of my project bins and not getting done. So, and I have to make it in two colors as well because I have to make one with the obi base that I bought and one regular. So yeah, uh, with the regular base, I mean that will be all crochet. But the obi base is like the letter square bases, rectangular actually bases with all the holes going all around it. So yeah, I'm using that. I'm sorry, I'm wiping my nose right now. I don't have the willpower to go off camera, so excuse me for that. Just a second. I'm sorry. Okay, I will go off camera. Bears? What about bears? Yeah, I can't wear band-aids because I lose sensation then. I have to keep my skin bare at the place where the thread is going. Otherwise, I lose all sensation and I can't work. It's one of the reason I really struggle with wearing compression gloves, but I have to because of carpal tunnel. But it's one of the reasons because at first, like the thread was just sliding all over, and I had no tension over it, and it's why I have to stop often and readjust the thread because when it's not on my bare skin, I'm not feeling it going, and so I lose track of it. If that makes sense. So yeah, no band-aid here. But anyway, even if you wear a band-aid, what I meant is not so much the contact with your skin, it's the tension within your fingers, like you're holding it like this, if that makes sense. I'm not sure if it's clear, but like you're putting strength in your fingers, and like that's what people are reporting. The their fingers are hurting because they're putting it a lot of tension, if that makes sense. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to sound harsh. I'm just having a hard time explaining, which is not really what I. You can't see compression gloves when you work. You can't use gloves when you work. Yeah, I have to, even if it's difficult for me. Yeah, I have to because I can't work unless I have those on. Like I drop my crochet hook. My carpal tunnel is quite severe right now. Like if I take my fingers, my fingers, I don't take my fingers off, but if I take my gloves off to eat or something, I will drop my fork every 5 seconds. Like it's really become intense. But I can't get surgery, because that would put me off work for a couple of months, probably even more. And also, well, I can't because when you get surgery, you have to reduce uh, the hand using tasks you do. You can't work as much anymore, and so that would mean I would have to stop my small business, because right now it's the only thing that's supporting me. So I have to work like 12 hours or more a day. And yeah, no, I can't get surgery for that reason. And a lot of people who got surgery say that they cannot use their hands as much as they used to anymore, and that it starts hurting as soon as they use them for more than like 30 minutes at a time. So, because of that reason, I'm just gonna bear with it until it gets too much, really, because yeah, right now I don't really have a choice. I don't really want to risk it. I don't want to risk getting surgery and it not helping. And also, I don't have the money to sustain myself for a few months. Like right now, my bank account is like, I won't tell you the amount of money in my bank account, but it's low enough that I couldn't pay bills or rent if I wanted to. So yeah, it's a struggle. I'm sorry. I know I sound harsh right now. I don't mean to. I'm just trying to advocate for myself, and I'm not doing a very good job for that. So we don't have bears in my part of the state where I used to live. Where my parents' house is actually. There are bears freely circulating because they live in the middle of the woods. And so yeah, at one time before my stepmother bought the house, there's a bear that came and completely destroyed the side of the exterior, like the thing that covers the house. I don't know what the name of that stuff is, but like the plastic thing that covers the house, the bear just completely scratched the hell out of it. And so she had to deal with that. She showed me it was kind of a little bit messed up. When she bought the house, it was still like that. But now they changed that. It used to be a pale blue. Now it's like an ochre yellow kind of color. But yeah, she changed it all, and now it's fine. But yeah, a bear completely destroyed that, and bear sightings were quite common around that part. So yeah, it's directly in the middle of the woods. And for some reason, my stepmom complains that squirrels are destroying her house, and if they don't want her to be mean to them, they just have to stop invading her home. But like she lives right in the middle of theirs. So what are you gonna do? Of course, squirrels are gonna come, especially in the winter. About 6 weeks, my husband has had both of his done out. Yeah, that sounds intense. I've had both hands. Oh, is it helping you in any way? He works with his hands all day. Oh, that's great to hear. But a lot of crocheters I've heard talk about this. They're having problems with their wrists and their hands post surgery. I've been told by a few people that they can't crochet for more than 30 minutes at a time anymore, and they have to use the big giant blue hooks that have like this as the end. They have to use that, and to be honest with you, I really don't want to use that. I know it's just gonna bug the hell out of me holding that all the time, because with dyspraxia and dysgraphia, holding things that are too big is almost as bad as holding things that are too small for me. I struggle even more because now I can't really feel exactly where the tip of it is going, if that makes sense. Like for crochet, directing the tip is quite as important as holding it, if that makes sense. So, yeah, I've had reports of people only being able to use those big giant handles, and after 30 minutes, they have to stop. And so, yeah, I kind of don't want to risk it. Right now, I can work for a few hours and then take small breaks. here and there. As long as I do like at least half my day crocheting, most of the time I'm okay. Like, and some days I do have to take breaks when it gets really bad, but most of the time I'm good. Like yesterday it was a little bit achy, but I worked with bigger yarn. I worked with around weight yarn on my scarf over there, so that helped me. I like to switch weights when it starts hurting, and this is a thing that I found helps because it changes slightly the way you hold it, so really it aches a little bit less. So yeah. The complex I live in is called the Black Bear Estates. That's cool. Your landlord guarantee anyone staying that they will see bear. That's cool. I've seen bears from quite close up actually, and I wasn't really scared because I was on a quad with my dad. So really, the bear was probably more scared than we were from the engine of the vehicle. But it helped. You can crochet all day. Okay, that's good to hear. But I've heard quite a few people say that they were struggling with that. So that's why I'm a little bit wary. I don't really want to risk my only way to make money right now. And so yeah, I would have to gather quite a bit of money because I'm not sure that any insurance would cover my costs since I'm not at like a day job or anything and I work for myself. I don't know how that would work. And yeah, so because when you're at a job, you can like get paid for medical leave, but I don't know how that works when you have a small business. I'm not quite sure about all that yet, so uh I'd have to figure that out before anything at all happens. And you have to give proof of income and everything. And since my income right now from my business is not that high, I don't know if they would approve me for paid time off anyway. Because I know that you have to earn over a certain amount. Um, so yeah, and also I can't be on disability because my doctor doesn't think I should be. My doctor is a little bit weird. I'm waiting for an appointment with a new doctor right now, which is not gonna happen for quite a while. Sometimes it can take up to a year or two, depending. 'Cause I do have a new doctor, a new GP, or like here we call them family doctors. But yeah, I have one. I just have to wait to get the appointment. Basically, I can see, I can go to a clinic and such, but quite a bit different. I want to see my own. Your medical will cover it regardless. Yeah, yeah, no, no, no. I know that the surgery is covered. That's not what I'm referring to. I'm referring to my living expenses while I recover. That's what I'm talking about. I don't have a phone. I can't call them actually. I don't have access to any phones or anything. So don't have any way to contact them because my roommate is not gonna lend me his phone. Uh, Quite a bad situation with the roommate at the moment, and they don't do emails either. Over here, it's quite complicated. So right now, I had to contact the place my assigned doctor is working at to have another means of contact since I don't have a phone. But I cannot be calling people. But yeah, no, I know that it's a Google phone number. What's that? Yeah, no, I can't apply for disability because, as I'm saying, the doctor I saw about that told me that she doesn't want me on disability because she doesn't believe I'm disabled. So, so that's why I'm waiting for a new referral for another doctor. The mega application. I don't know. I was told that I had to get a referral from my doctor, like from a doctor that saw me, like from my primary physician thing. That's what I was told. That's what my previous doctor told me anyway. But in any case, no. Okay. I'm gonna explain you about autism real quick. I don't have a formal diagnosis because my current doctor doesn't want to refer me to a psychiatrist, but I saw a therapist for quite a while who knows me quite well, and she firmly believes I'm autistic and everything, and she wants me to be diagnosed and everything, but she's not accredited where I live, so she cannot do that for me. So yeah, because she's from the US, and so I was on a therapy app, but I saw her for quite a while, and she knows me, and like we've talked about this for a very, very long time, but I don't have like the paper that says congratulations, you're autistic. So yeah, I know that for a lot of people that's gonna anger a lot of people. I took that to mean that indeed, yes, I am, and I struggle with those things because really at that point I'm just desperate, you know. It explains so much about my life, but I don't have the paper that says congrats. Yeah, she doesn't want to refer me. That's why I'm saying I'm waiting for a new doctor, and I'm on the waiting list right now to see my new um, family doctor, primary physician, or whatever they're called here. I don't know the proper term in English anyway, because I only know the French terminology. But that's what I'm saying. I'm on the waiting list for that right now. Okay, I appreciate you trying to help me, but right now I'm feeling a bit rushed. So, um, I'm sorry. I'm just gonna stop talking right now. I'm just gonna go. I'm sorry. Um, yeah. Okay, goodbye, everyone. Um, thank you for coming to my live. I'm so sorry. I'm not gonna bother everyone anymore. I'm not gonna go live anymore. I'm very sorry, everyone. I'm gonna delete my videos. I'm very sorry about all the inconvenience I've caused. I'm not gonna go online anymore. Anyway, I'm sorry about everything. Bye, everyone. I'm gonna keep my channel because I watched a lot of content, but I'm not gonna be interacting anymore. So, um, okay, bye, everyone. No, no, please don't, please don't. I'm also gonna delete Discord and everything. I know that I was quite. I went overboard with all this. I have no right to be like talking about that stuff and complaining when I'm not doing anything. I'm sorry, everyone, and for the inconvenience and for being so shitty with people. And yeah, I don't know quite what to say. I know that I've been really problematic on this channel, and I realize that now. I'm sorry about complaining all the time. I'm just gonna go right now, okay? Um, I'm sorry. Bye, everyone.